Alright, so yes, we got things over with the final pay-per-view of the year for Clash of Champions 2017 by SmackDown Live, and just not gonna waste any more time. Got the phone here, and as well, I got the notes, what happened, what went down, my thoughts and opinions. So getting right into it, where we have the kickoff, where we started things off for Mojo Rawley and Zack Ryder. This one I didn't really care about too much. In the end, Mojo Rawley actually ended up getting the win, so we'll see what's going to be happening next for these two in terms of their singles runs and everything. So that's going to be kind of interesting to see where that's going to go. But other than that, didn't really care far too much about the matchup for the kickoff. Then we get into the main card, where we started things off officially, where we had the Triple Threat United States Championship match, where we had Dolph Ziggler, Bobby Roode, and Baron Corbin in this one. And this one is actually enjoyable. I didn't mind it, and it could have went to either one of these guys. I really thought it was going to go to Bobby Roode, and it almost did, just like that. And at one point I thought Baron Corbin was going to retain, but out of nowhere, Dolph Ziggler ends up getting the United States Championship. So I didn't really have a problem with that. So maybe it'd be Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode going at it, and then Bobby Roode we get the championship. Maybe Baron Corbin probably be in the main event scene. Who knows where that's going to be going. So a lot of different things could be happening there. So not a bad start for the Triple Threat United States Championship matchup. I will say for that. And then we get into the Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match, where we had the Usos, Aiden English, and Rusev, and also Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable, and the New Day. And this one was basically in a way all over the place for the most part, and all the teams, just trying to get the tag team championships. And it was really cool because I thought at one point in this one too, like Aiden English and Rusev, had it. They were gonna, have it this close to become tag team champions, especially where Rusev had the accolade on Big E. So I thought that was basically gonna be it. But somehow, someway, the Usos came back. They were able to retain, so don't really have any problems with that. We'll see again what's going to be happening for the tag team scene and everything, but hopefully it would be an interesting Rusev day whenever Rusev and Aiden English get the tag team titles. I would like to see that happen. But again, it could have went to Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable, but that didn't happen, so the Usos ended up retaining. So again, no complaints there. Then we get into the Lumberjack match with Charlotte Flair and Natalya, basically their feud continuing there, and of course Charlotte was able to retain, so that's fine. And Natalya basically in the end, where she was basically having herself turn her back on the rest of the SmackDown Women's roster, so who knows what that's going to lead to and everything. So who else is going to be able to face Charlotte Flair next? That remains to be seen. So Charlotte Flair was able to retain, the Queen gets a win there, so hey, no complaints there. Then we get into the Bludgeon Brothers and the Fashion Files, basically continuing there with the Fashion Police taking on the Bludgeon Brothers, and basically this is all Bludgeon Brothers obviously, and they were able to continue their dominance, which is fine. So we'll see who else is going to be able to face them, and then maybe they'll get into the tag team title scene at least at some point in 2018. I can see that. And yeah, things are going very well for them, so they were able to get yet another win. Then of course the other tag team match, where we had Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens and taking on Randy Orton and Shinsuke Nakamura, with Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon with two referees there. So it's kind of weird to see two referees, and Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon for the most part were able to get things under control. But then of course after a while there was that tension there, and then Daniel Bryan being thrown into Shane McMahon, and then that's where things came about with the problems and all that stuff. But in the end, team best friends, if you will, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn were able to keep their jobs, and the Yep movement, yes, is still going on. So no problems with that. And I like where things are going with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, so it's going to be really interesting to see what else is going to be happening with the both of those two still being on SmackDown Live, and maybe we'll see some more stuff going with Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon, like possibly having like their own feud as managers, if you will. So probably we get to see more of that be able to come to play. It'd be pretty cool to see Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon in the matchup sometime down the road, especially after what's been going on too. So that would be pretty interesting if WWE ever clears Daniel Bryan, since I know he's been cleared by every other doctor and the other doctors and everything else, but it hasn't been cleared fully by WWE, which is stupid and annoying there. So we'll see if Daniel Bryan will actually get to be in the ring. We're lucky enough to see him as a referee, so maybe it's just to start to see this slow return to the ring if that ever does happen for Daniel Bryan, since I know his contract, I believe, is coming up pretty soon, and I know the talks about him possibly even maybe joining the Indies, but I don't really see that. So hopefully he will get cleared, and then maybe we'll get to see him in the in-ring return, at least, you know, 1 or 2 matches. It doesn't have to be like full-time or anything, like maybe like a part-time thing. That'd be pretty cool, but you never really know, so we'll see where things go there. And then we got the main event, of course, AJ Styles and Jinder Mahal. Not really the best matchup. It was kind of a little bit like slow pace if you ask me, but at least AJ Styles was able to retain, and that's what I'm happy about. And we'll see who will be facing AJ Styles for the WWE Championship at the Royal Rumble and everything. It's crazy that the Royal Rumble is next month and we're starting the road to WrestleMania 34. Holy shit, yeah, time goes by fast, like you said. So that's Clash of Champions. I wouldn't say it's the greatest pay-per-view, but I will say it was pretty good. I mean, I noticed a trend, either it'll start off really good and then go down really quickly for WWE pay-per-views, or it'll be the other way around where it'll start bad and then it start out, you know, go right to going good in the end, basically. So it'll start bad and then get good in the end, basically. So it's kind of a weird trend how that's been happening, and I can't remember fully, besides WrestleMania, that I enjoy the pay-per-view through and through, but you know, with the trend now, it's just really weird how it is, and that pay-per-view is getting longer and stuff like that. So it's all over the place, especially a pay-per-view schedule where it's just constantly changing and everything. And you see a pay-per-view like for Clash of Champions that normally be in September ended up being in December somehow. So I don't really get the whole pay-per-view schedule anymore. It's all over the place. But Clash of Champions, I'll say it and leave it at this. It was pretty good at best. And also for this Wednesday, before I forget and before I go, that yes, on Wednesday we'll be having for Simon HD his basically best of the year, whether it be talking about who's going to be Superstar of the Year, who's going to be the Tag Team of the Year, Women's Wrestler of the Year, even talk about the Match of the Year and all that stuff. Basically kind of like a Slammy Award type of thing, but just with the best of right there on Simon HD's YouTube channel. I'll be there, Raphael the Duke will be there, Boston Fan Chris will be there, and of course Levi, Austin, and then possibly checking out, and who else might show up, you never really know, and it could be unpredictable when it comes to that. So definitely join us on Wednesday on Simon's channel for all that and more. So it's going to be a hell of a week this week. So with that being said, I'll definitely be back for some more. Subscribe, leave a like, and all that good stuff, and talk about Clash of Champions, what you thought, what your own thoughts and opinions about Clash of Champions and the rest of the year for 2017 as a whole, and we'll discuss that. Until then, I'll catch you guys in the next video, whenever the hell that next video may be. Until then, peace. See you then. Enjoy the rest of your week. See ya.